All right, everybody. Okay.
Everyone good?
All right. Well, it's I played against a really good Texas State team, as I said in the press conference before, and their experience showed. You know, we had a chance to pull away with less, a little over 2 minutes to go, and they made big shots after big shots, and that's what veteran teams do. But the one thing we did going down the stretch, we made free throws. We took care of the basketball much better in the second half than we did in the first half, and I thought that enabled them to make the game as close as it was early on. Points off turnovers. And then I think we reversed that in the second half where we were able to score off some of their turnovers. But again, I thought my guys had checked out in the first part of the game. We were down 19-6, I think. And but that's first half, and just kind of concerned about the slow start. I was on that. But we did turn around. I thought our defense was really good. That enabled us to get back in the game and had some big moments from a guy like Gabe Usaborn came off the bench and gave us a big lift. I thought Reggie starting out, I thought he was a little nervous, and so you expect that with a freshman, your first start. But we had some guys come off and give us some quality minutes. So, again, good win, good team.
Mike, you said you guys are down 19-6, hadn't scored in, I don't know, about 6 or 7 minutes. Then Mason gets a steal, takes it down, gets 3-point play, and ignited a 17-0 run. And then when it was 53-51 in the second half, he kind of got you going again. How big was Mason making plays when you guys really needed him?
I thought Mason was big. I thought, he early on I thought we were settling for just shots way out there, much to the other night where we just settled for 3 points shots. But I thought we started attacking the basket, and that made a big difference. The game sped up, and of course he had the hot hand. So, but he showed another part of his game, going off the dribble, whether he get to the basket, pull up, or find somebody else, get into the free throw line. You got to have somebody step up and make plays, and that's kind of what's been missing. It's going to be a game of runs. We know that, and then there are going to be opportunities where you got to have guys make plays, and so. Again, you look at some of the plays that Gabe made; they were big. Mason made some big ones for us, and then of course, going on a stretch, Dan, Isaiah, making free throws. I thought it was big.
Just with Mason, do you recall him at high school? They talked about him being like 265 pounds when he was a high school senior. I mean, did you
I heard he was
him?
a big boy. I heard that he was a big boy, and much to credit to him that between the prep school year and the junior college year, I think he got his body right, and I think since then he's worked to keep the weight off of him, and that has helped him. I think becoming the player that he is right now. So again, credit to him.
Mike, it was kind of a weird game that Isaiah couldn't seem to buy a basket until he hit one with about 3-something left, and Jalen's been so good on assist turnovers. He actually had 1 assist and 2 turnovers. How weird was that, and what did you guys do to overcome those kind of oddities?
Well, I think we had some other guys step up, Bob. When you're not shooting the ball well, or let's say I thought when the game was up and down, Jalen got in foul trouble in the first half. That's why he set quite a bit. So to me, it was the other guys that were out there, Desi, Keyshawn Embry. Those guys got out there. Even you saw a sighting of Jordan Phillips out there. But I thought those guys did a good job of just holding command until he got back. But they're a good defensive team. And there was some opportunities where we didn't finish in terms of assists for Jalen. But Isaiah, it's just one of those games where he didn't shoot it well. But what do you bring to the table? He got to the free throw line, and I think he was pretty good. He was 7 for 8. So how do you affect the team when that takes place? And that tells you what kind of team you are. When you don't have those things going, but yet you find a way to win against I think, a really good team. They got a chance to win their league. They're a really good basketball team.
Casper said he thought that their bad free throw shooting, that maybe all defense had some effect on that they got tired. Did you see any of that at all?
Well, I thought we got tired, and they probably did get tired. I don't know. I know they're a very good free throw shooting team, and you look at the percentages. Even for us, the percentage says we're not a good free throw shooting team, but I think in the last you think 2 or 3 games that free throws has been the difference in the game for us, making free throws tonight. You go 28 for 40. The thing I like about it, we shot 9 free throws the last game. We shoot 40 tonight. Why such a big difference? I think we played inside out. We started inside and kept attacking and got to the free throw lines and we made shots.
Mike, Gabe did a lot of good things with assists and rebounds and scoring some, but I think he took 2 charges, if my count was right. I think it gives him 9 for the year. That's a lot, for 11 games. What do you think about his charge taking ability and what a plus that is because it draws a foul, it's a turnover, all those things?
It's big, Bob, because I think the momentum plays. Not only the individual gets a foul, but it's a turnover as well, and we get an opportunity to get the basketball, and it stops momentum. They had momentum going. And he stood in there, and it just tells you about him. He sacrificed his body for the team. And that I think it injects energy in our basketball team when a guy does that. And hopefully we're going to continue to have more guys that do that. Your defense was working. Pressure defense. It made them drive in there, and we had somebody help side defense, boom. And they took a charge. I was watching the team the other night. I think they ended up having like 12 charges. I think it was Texas Tech. They do a good job of help side. So good teams, when you get teams out of control, you got to have people willing to step over there and take charges.
Like Gabe had 3 or 4 assists, maybe just to Daniel tonight. Is that something you've seen coming on in practice from him also?
Well, I think Gabe's got a pretty good grasp of basketball. And now the key is going out and doing it each and every night. And tonight, he did a good job of seeing that Dan was sealing, and Dan did a good job of going and getting it. It's amazing when you start feeding the big guy, then he just turns it to another level. He starts really playing hard on both ends, and we saw that with Dan. He gets a double-double, and that's just smart basketball playing. When you got guys out there can recognize he had a size advantage, and he just had to lift guys off the other side because they were just packing in there on him. And he did a good job of flashing and the timing of getting the ball to the right player at the right time.
Mike, this team hadn't lost in like a month or something, and you guys are down by 13. You've had a couple losses here. Just how good was it to come back against a pretty good team and get a win when it had been kind of a rough stretch for you?
I got a feel for what the makeup of this team, and one thing about these guys in basketball, you have a quick turnaround. Unlike in football, you got a whole week to kind of sit there and you feel it and all that stuff. But it was a quick turnaround for our guys, and another opportunity to play against another team that's coming in here, had nothing to lose and everything to gain. So I think it says a lot about our guys, just kind of rallying, and it wasn't a thing of beauty, but you want the win column, and that's what they got back in the win column. They get a chance to go home and have a happy Christmas, and then they get a chance to come back and we really go to work because, again, we got a window of almost a week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever it is, to learn from all the games we've played and just really kind of get better, get better on execution. I think our defense is good. It's really good at times, and continue to develop that bench. We got to continue that because I think that's going to be big for us as we move on in the next games.
How nice is it to get a win going into Christmas? And these young guys, they're probably kind of homesick. Maybe want to get mom's home cooking, whatever. How good is just to win and these young guys get a little time at home and stuff too?
That's good. That's good. I've been known to be a Scrooge over the years. They get maybe 1 or 2 days, but they get a chance to go home and they got to be back here. We got to practice at 2:00 on the 26th, so they get a chance to go home today. And you know what? It's been a grind for some of these guys. You think about these guys. These guys are 18, 19, just coming out of high school. And just within the last week, they had 3 games. I mean, and then you're talking about studying and all that stuff. This is new territory for these guys. And so now, let's say a guy like Isaiah, maybe it's time for him to get his body some rest. Jalen Harris, he sat out a whole year. It's a new way of playing. So they get a chance to, Daniel, get some rest. And then come back and hopefully recharge and ready to get at it and get ready for Austin Peay.
Yeah, we saw Darryl was here. How did you get to talk to him much? If so, how good was it to have Darryl back?
It was good. I heard him say his name over the speaker, and people gave him a pretty good ovation. And you know, it's one of our own, and he got a chance to come and see his guys and see the continuance of, you know, what he poured in, and these guys playing hard. All these guys are like his brothers, so it was good to have him, and it seemed like he's having a pretty good career thus far. You know, he's a two-way player with the Dallas Mavericks, and I just saw him on TV last night playing in Vegas. They have a showcase, G League showcase, and he played last night. And so for him to take time out to come, I think that says a lot about Daryl, and says a lot about, you know, Razorback basketball family. I mean, they come and they support each other, and it was good to see him.
With Justice, does he join you guys after you come back from Christmas, or is it, well, like, what's the plan with him? I know he's going to not play this year, or not expected to, but what's the situation with him?
I think that was going to be the plan. I hadn't seen, I hadn't talked to people in terms of you got to be enrolled in school, and everything's got to be in accordance. So I don't know if everything's lined up right now. So I'll find that out hopefully in the next couple of days. I know it came up over the last week, the last game we had, and was trying to get everything situated. So I don't know if he got it situated or not.
We'll do our media on the 27th.